Hey everybody. I'm really excited to bring you this really heartwarming story. This is really going to pump you up, I think, because it's so inspiring and amazing. So, first, let me introduce our guest today. And let me tell you, this just all happened on the fly. Like, didn't know we were doing this until maybe 45 minutes ago. I mean, we knew we were going to chat, but we didn't know we were going to do it in exactly this way. So, Denise, how do you say your last name? Liptak.
Lipka.
Lipka. I had a friend named Liptak, so that was like in my head. So Denise Lipka is actually a neighbor, but I almost feel like you could have been here if you were anywhere on the globe, because as it turns out, everybody on the globe knows about her now. So let's start at the beginning. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to let you talk us through this a little bit. First, and also Denise owns a business called Artist at Heart Paint Party. And she hosts those paint parties. You can bring a bunch of people, you paint together, and she also travels to you. Is that right? Am I saying that right?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. And she's in my neck of the woods. She's in the Cleveland area. And so I was in our local community Facebook group, which is an awesome group for finding out like what's going on. We all have one of those kind of groups in our neighborhood. And I saw this. Hold on. I saw. Hold on. And you've probably seen it too, you guys. I saw. Hold on. Because it was an evolution. Okay. Right here. It says, would your kids be interested in doing fun free art lessons with me on Facebook Live starting next week? Okay. So 194 comments, 105 shares. But that's really just the tip of the iceberg, right? So look at her. So she decided after she was just getting all these hits and messages and everything, she decided to create an event, a Facebook event, so she could keep better track. And we're going to go inside this event and I want you to see something. Okay. There are currently 865 people going to her live stream that she just posted very quietly in our community Facebook group. All right. Now, let me stop sharing my screen. Was I sharing my screen?
I see both of us.
Oh my God. I wasn't sharing my screen. Okay, hold on. Let me do it again because I've got it pulled up. All right, hold on. My audience is used to me doing that. I always forget to share my screen. Okay. Do you see the screen now?
I do.
Okay. Yeah. So let me go back to the original post because I want you to see this. Okay, let me go to here. So that's the event, and I want to go to the original sweet little post, nothing all in your face, just a little post that says, would you be interested in a free art lesson for your kids who I know are home? Here it is. Would your kids be interested in doing fun free art lessons with me on Facebook Live starting next week? Okay. So you can see that there's 200 comments, 105 shares. But again, that is just the tip of the iceberg. And when she started getting hit with all of this, the messages and the comments and notifications and the bell is just dinging, she said, I want to organize this better. So she came over and did this. She created an event, Facebook event. So you can see right here, she's got 867 people, almost 1,000 people who are interested. And how many, tell us about the likes on your page. What happened there?
Well, I would say I had about 1,500 likes and followers. Again, local, people, a lot of my customers who come every month. And today I believe I have 12,000 within, I think, a couple of days, 24 to 48 hours. It's kind of addicting. I keep watching it and it just keeps clicking. So it's pretty amazing. And that original post, if you look at the people that it's reached, it's at like 450,000. So 450,000 people that it's reached. And then as soon as people started saying to me, what time zone, I'm like, where are you? So I had to put, Eastern Standard Time. So I'm blown away.
Yeah. And the thing is, and also I saw somewhere else that was like 3.2 thousand shares somewhere else. So
Yes.
yeah. Okay. So you've committed, you're doing this. And I signed up right away. I've got an 11-year-old at home and I'm like, oh, we're in. And so we signed up and I saw that all my friends were signing up and, we got a lot of comments here. So Scarlett says, perfect timing. And, let's see here. My friend is also doing a live stream. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm late to the party. I haven't finished my online classes yet. I don't get that. Okay. And wow, amazing. So, okay, let's back up for just a second. You've got this business, but in your other life, you were an art teacher in an elementary school, right?
I taught in Cleveland public schools for 20 years. The first 10 years were preschool through 5th grade. And then the other 10 years were preschool up through high school. So I've taught all the ages. And then I started my own business about 5 years ago. I don't have a studio. I just travel to homes and, wherever people want to have their party. And it's a lot of fun. And I've had a lot of my customers say, do you do kids, events like I do my monthly, which I do private parties, but I don't specifically host monthly children's things, but I definitely like teaching kids. So I thought, thank you for your help, Jen. I thought I would explore this. I have to say, this is my first live art lesson. So we're all going to learn together.
Right. And so that's how this all was born because so the next day I saw another meme that Denise posted and it's like, join me here at 1 p.m. or 12 p.m. Monday. All you need is pencil, paper, like show up with pencil, paper. Okay. I was like, awesome. I love the simplicity of it. It was great. But then I was like, there's no link that just I just want to make sure that this was being optimized as much as it could. And I wanted to reach out and just see if I could lend a hand. So I messaged her and she said, like, what area are you, or where do you live, or what part of the world are you in? And I was like, I'm in Cleveland, aren't you? And she goes, yeah, but people have been asking me what time zone I'm in because this has gone so far. And then, so we started talking more about that. And this just incredible response that she's had to it. So I was like, are you at any point going to monetize? This is like a really amazing thing. And she was like, no, I do not want to talk about that. This is for service. I do not want anybody to think that I'm trying to cash in on this. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to push you to charge. However, this has been a hard 24 hours, 72 hours for a lot of people, right? These are bleak, dark, scary days. And I have spent since 8 o'clock this morning until right now, on the phone and in Messenger and the DMs with my local business friends and watching what is happening one after another. The restaurants are closing. You're all seeing it too. The restaurants are closing. The bookstores are closing. Your hairdresser is getting cancellations. Everybody is closing. My local yoga studio had to shut both their very, very busy locations. And for how long? How long can they swallow that like stagnation? I mean, they've got to pay their rent. They got to pay their yoga instructors. They've got vendors that they have to pay. So how long can they stay alive? So I was talking with them, like saying, you can move this online. You can live stream. There's something that you can do some free yoga. Like, let's get this online. So I've been chatting with them. And so in my mind, I feel like the Denises of the world, the yoga studios of the world, if Denise is going to go to the trouble to teach my kid art every day, she's doing that every day this week. I've got somewhere to put my daughter at 12 p.m. that is structured. She's going to create something. She's going to enjoy it. She's going to learn something. Well, gosh, I'd be willing to pay you $10, or whatever, but she doesn't want to talk about it. I understand this is not the time. However, I just want what you are doing is so exemplary of like how people can pivot right now to do something, right? To give back, to truly bring value to your community. And so when I saw it, I was just just completely thrilled. So Denise and I was like, well, let me get you on StreamYard because I want to try to get Denise using StreamYard, what we're in right now. So that way she's going to hit your Facebook business page, your Facebook profile. You're going to be able to go over to YouTube. Do you have a YouTube channel?
No. So,
well, you got work this afternoon. Okay. So you're going to have to set up a YouTube channel. Okay.
Yes.
And then, I mean, if you want to, because Denise was telling me that she's had some people say like, well, my kid's not on Facebook. I don't want my kid on Facebook. Can you host it somewhere else? With this software, she can do, which is free. They have a free version. So you can be live streaming like we're doing right now. We are on my Facebook profile. We are on my Facebook. We might not be on my profile, but I meant to. Facebook business page, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter. So all the places. So you're going to be able to reach all of those people. Now, let me ask you this. How are you actually going to do your thing? Like, are you going to have an easel? What are you going to do?
Well, I got myself a phone tripod, but now you're telling me to use my computer. And again, so maybe my easels will be behind me. That was my plan for today, was to set it up. And, I love art and hands-on art. The technology part is a little foreign to me. So I have lots of easels, so I'm just going to set them up. And again, if you recommend my computer, I'll do it from here, and away we go. So that, again, I'm going to use, I just want kids to have whatever they have handy. I don't want moms to have to run out and buy canvas and paint. I think it's great if they're able to, but I also want my, Cleveland kids who, whatever they have handy is, I want everyone to be able to do it together. So.
All right. So I think the spot where you're in is perfect. You've got space behind you. You obviously have a very steady camera. Your lighting is good. So if you can put your easel there, and then I was also talking about this that could make it really fun. Maybe you won't do it tomorrow. It might, or maybe you will, depending on if we can get you some support here in the green room. But I was telling Denise she can make it super interactive by bringing people in to the stream if they want to share their work. And so I would like to demonstrate that right now by inviting one of you to join. And I see someone who I really want to come in with us because it's Sharon, teaching hands-on culinary classes, shifting to online via Teachable platform. So I'm still not, I know you're following up from my other question. I still don't quite understand that. But if you're shifting, if anybody here is considering pivoting to something online or offering something online right now that you wouldn't do normally, a free training, a free whatever, free meditation, a discussion, a coffee chat, would love to bring you in here to chat about it. Or honestly, just anybody who wants to come and chat. I'm going to put a link here in the comments, and anybody can click that, and we'll see you in the green room and pop you right in. And that's going to help me show to Denise how she can do this tomorrow with the people who are in her art class. So we'll just wait. There's a little bit of delayed. Let's see. This person says, we are doing something similar with do-it-yourself prayer journal workshop, but I could totally do more. Love that, right?
Right.
It's really, really good. Oh, even like those of you in Cleveland, I don't know how many people we have in Cleveland. I'm so mad I didn't go on my personal profile because that was how I was going to get all the Cleveland people. But oh, I did. I shared it in a different way. Okay, never mind. Okay, so for our Cleveland people, you guys know Rock the House. They're they're the premier DJ party company that you go to when you have a wedding or a bar mitzvah or whatever, a quinceañera. And that's the people that is the company that people call. They're amazing. Well, guess what? Who's going to call them? All the contracts are getting canceled left and right, and they had to close up. Like, they're closed right now. How long can they survive? So I was like, I messaged the owner and I was like, hey, why don't you guys do a live party, like a live stream, just like we're doing now, across all platforms? And they have all the bells and whistles. And Matt's an incredible DJ. So he could be DJing, there could be lights, make it a 4-hour live stream. And because people schedule their bar mitzvahs and their weddings a year out, 2 years out for bar mitzvahs, and actually even 3 years. So they have their dates. Offer them, if they purchase, like, do it QVC style, purchase, book your spot now, you're going to get a deep discount. That could just keep you afloat, like, who else can you think of that can do something like that? It's not about getting rich. It's just about, like, kind of staying afloat right now. And something like that could do it. That's the other thing that I just want to share my screen real quick and show you another thing. This is for my local peeps, but really something everybody can do. I have this thing called Flash Cashers, which I've launched this back in 2014. And it's really just a nonprofit effort to support local businesses with these, like, cash mobs, where a bunch of people will am I sharing my screen?
Yes.
A bunch of people will show up and spend money at a location to support that business. So it was a lot of fun, and, just it's a not for money kind of a thing. And so I dug it up out of the, website graveyard, and we're compiling a list of all the businesses that offer gift cards or delivery, because buying gift cards from businesses like Denise's business, right? Like, we could buy a gift card from you, right? And use it later when we come out of this fog, right?
Sure.
Oh, Jen said she'd test it. There she is. Oh, that's Sharon. Hey, Sharon, hold on one second. Jen, do you see the link? No. And you're in VIP. I can put the link. I will put the link up as a banner. Let me do that for the people who are not seeing it in the chat. I'm going to copy this to my clipboard, and now I'm going to make a banner, and now you'll see it, Jen. Add banner. There, that's it. Okay. I'm getting it. I'm sharing. Where are you? Wow.
Hey, Jen. Hi, Denise. How are you doing? Listen, this is my first time ever being on StreamYard and doing something like what you're doing right now. But I do listen to you, Jen, every day on my Alexa. Thank you.
Oh, yay, thank you.
I love that. Anyway, in Powhatan, Virginia. So I actually own a bakery. Problem, because we are in food service.
Right.
So we have a big reduction, I guess, in sales and people that are coming. We also have a cafe. So that's going to change too. But my passion is that I'm actually a culinary instructor. So I've got about 15 classes that I teach, but they've all been hands-on. So I have been, for the last year, just saying, I just need to get my classes online. Just need to get my classes online. And then see, here it happens. And I'm not 100% ready. So that's why all the makeup today, and we're all, we're shooting the videos, and it's just like, okay. One of the things that we make is I make cream cheese, and this cream cheese it's so much better than anything that you can get in the store. But that's just one product that I do, and I can actually include, like, make chocolate cream cheese, port wine cream cheese, any of those flavored cream cheeses like that. And that's something that I've been teaching over the last 5 to 10 years that have been all my recipes. Okay. So I'm actively pushing to get that up and get that online. I can't do a class that's not monetized. So I wanted to let you know, when you were saying you didn't understand, is that where I feel late to the party here in one sense is because I'm not going to be anytime ready this week to have that up and functioning to where it's going to be able to make a financial impact. I mean, I'm sitting here with 3 employees. You know what I mean?
Listen, no, it's no joke. It's very scary. But I want to tell you, like, I am so impressed that you have been able to whip it up to the point where you're like putting on makeup and getting ready to shoot videos. Like,
okay, no, we've already shot some, but I'm
my God.
I've got them in the Dropbox and stuff. And so, you know, just trying to be able to port those up over to Teachable. I mean, I've seen other people who, you know, just have this week have come through my email. Hey, do this class online, you know, and they've got a great, funnel to get everything out, you know, click here, do this, do that. And then, so, you know, it's something that I've been building and have always wanted to do because I knew it's something I could do myself.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you, have you been, from all your bakery customers and other people who are interested in your culinary genius, have you been collecting their email addresses all this time?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have that, which, and plus I'm very, we advertise in Facebook regularly. I have campaigns going for every type of class that I have done, and we had classes scheduled, but a lot of people are like, oh, backing off on being on the hands-on, being around people. I just want to be able to see how the next 2 weeks rolls out. So, you know, they're hopefully self-quarantining, and I don't blame them. I don't want anybody to come here and say that it could be a business killer if they said they got, you know, the virus here.
So I think like following Denise's model would not be a terrible thing. I mean, I know you need to monetize all your cooking classes, but imagine if you did a cooking class using just pantry items, right? Like, so nobody has to run to the store. And like, if you could think of a dish to make that, like with 3 things that everybody has in their pantry, and make that a free live stream, just something fun to do. Right. And, or maybe we can even do it with our kids, and you can position it like that. But that would be I can't think of a better sort of top of the funnel thing to introduce them to this paid program in Teachable, you know, because I mean, again, for those of you just joining us in the top, at least top right-hand corner for me, this is Denise, who owns Artist
at Heart Paint Party.
Say it again.
Artist at Heart Paint Party.
Artist at Heart Paint Party. She posted this was not a business move. This was just, how can I be of service? She posted a really simple little post in a local Facebook group that said, I'm teaching live art classes. Would your kid be interested in a free art class on Monday, or just an art class? And it has been shared across the world. She has almost 1,000 people signed up for this class tomorrow. And it's amazing, but it's completely exemplary of the kind of thing that we can do. You're doing it for service. We can all do stuff for service, but we can also use this to pivot. Welcome, Jen Evangelista.
Hello.
Are you going to have to be on the front lines? Jen is a pediatrician, but she is also a brilliantly talented entrepreneur who has a membership site that is Bible based with almost 1,000 members. And so she's busy and she's a mom, but are you going to have to go and work with sick people?
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm going to have a whole bunch of kids here at my house too, because our school's closed. So, you know, we're just trying to figure out all that balance of things and trying to figure out ways to, we don't want to say capitalize on this, because that's not what we're looking to do. We're looking to find ways for people to cope and find things, and, you know, like you were talking about, things for them to do with their children and things. And in my niche in particular, there's, you know, we feel like that we can help people with anxiety that they have, particularly around the circumstances that they're facing. And so, so we're trying to figure out how best to do that as well. So I know the last couple of days have been kind of crazy for everybody, making violent shifts. And my real life job won't change a whole lot. It'll probably get a little bit busier. My online job won't change a whole lot, except that we're trying to find ways to kind of alter what we're doing. We do have a workshop coming up next Monday that we sort of threw together, that we will throw together. That's just to kind of for children, for moms and children or grandmoms and children. We'll do a craft together. We're going to create a prayer journal and kind of have something, an event, sort of like what you're talking about, and it's free and it's an event for people. And the way we've done it is we're doing it on live webinar, which is just a webinar platform that I have, and we're going to I'm going to teach it for free, and then we've opened our membership up for free through the end of the month. So
I think that's like a perfect scenario. I mean, and here's the other thing. I mean, and I know a lot of people really are struggling. Like I'm in the middle. I was all set to launch my own membership site, open the doors again in the 1st of April. My messaging is definitely going to be changing and how I do it. I have to think about it. Things are definitely going to be changing, but I will probably go ahead and launch it because what I first have to do is connect the dots with like, how is this directly going to help people right now?
Mm-hmm.
I know that it will, because I do my twice monthly coaching calls, and this is exactly what I plan on doing, is helping people to pivot right now, bring their businesses online or set fire to what they've already got going.
Mm-hmm.
But I just have to, everybody's sort of rethinking everything right now. But so it's not about capitalizing as much as, what you're doing, what you're offering, specifically the nature of what your membership site is. It is a balm. It is a salve for what is happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a place of refuge, and
well, a lot of churches have closed, they've canceled, today in particular. And so, a lot of people are not going to have the in-life relational kind of community that they've had in a lot of different areas. But in my particular area, of course, I'm sensitive to that. And so, we hope to be able to, the byproduct will be, hopefully it'll introduce people to what we do. But the primary goal is to give people a place to gather, quote unquote, virtually when they can't gather together in person right now.
Yes. Right.
So I know it's a bit of a gamble to kind of open it up for free, but we just felt like it was what we needed to do.
Yeah, no, I don't think you can go wrong with that. These are different kind of times, I'm never a fan of that in ordinary times. My feeling, I don't like the $1 trial period or any of that. I think it causes a whole bunch of headache, and it's just, you get the wrong kind of people. But this is a different situation. And by the wrong kind of people, I mean people who aren't really interested in your product. They just want to come take what's free. And then you've got them starting the subscription and then removing their credit cards. It just becomes like an administrative nightmare. But this is okay. Like, I think this is a completely different situation, and it's a nice thing to do. So Hazel, I've been thinking about you. So Hazel's one of my new accelerators, and she says, I have no idea how we can pivot here, providing guided walks in London. Should I do lives and video tours? Definitely something that we should discuss. I've been thinking about you, Hazel, actually. So Hazel has a very successful tour guide thing in London, and she does all kinds of like really cool bespoke tours for groups, and they're very specialty and really, really cool. But yeah, like how do you pivot that? Like her service is that she takes you around London. Well, no, thank you. Nobody wants to go around London right now. As lovely as it is. So, I'm still thinking about that, Hazel. And I'm going to be doing a live stream in the CEO group, because you have a whole other thing in your bag of tricks that you don't even know about, which we will discuss, and it involves your virtual assistant. Okay.
Hey, Jen, I was just thinking about the tour thing. What, I wonder if there's anyone. I know that the places that she probably shows are closed, now. Like the different places that she's touring people. I wonder if there's a way that she can get them to give her discount vouchers for the future, because they're going to all want business when this all opens back up.
So
And
like elaborate some more on that.
like,
So-
I'm just thinking like, I mean, I don't know London. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking like in New York City, for example, like you would maybe take them to the Statue of Liberty, for example. Well, that costs money to do that. And so I don't know if that's closed right now, for example. So could you figure out a way to get a discount ticket for a discount voucher for the future offer those?
So
I don't
like
know.
sort of like the gift card model where they can buy now at a discounted rate for later when they do come. I mean, yeah. I don't know how much, I don't know how much margin there is there. I mean, how much money you would be, I don't know that that's a big enough ticket thing to go very far with, but
Yeah,
I like
I
the
don't
way-
know. Just kind of thinking about possibility.
and anybody, if you have ideas, put them in the chat. Mary says she's offering free science and math classes for families. Cool, Mary. Let's see here. As a health coach and nutritionist, I'm loving the idea you suggested about creating meals using your staple items. Thank you. And then I noticed actually, Denise, when I was looking at on your Facebook page, your business page, you shared another Clevelander, Michael Simon, the celebrity chef, how he's doing free cooking classes right now for people who are bored at home. So there's really, I'm putting together a roundup that I'm sending out this week and I'm sure y'all are seeing like so many cool free things they're offering so many cool things right now all over the internet. Like, now of course I'm like completely drawing a blank, but museums, the Met, I think, is live streaming opera for free. You can, watch an opera. There's just amazing things that we're going to have access to. I mean, God forbid, I was thinking today, the internet goes down for the whole world. What will we do then? I shouldn't even put that out there. So let me just take that back. Let's see. Scarlett says, I'm planning on offering a virtual styling session with me for free when they buy my online course. I want to give women a useful distraction. Okay, you go, Scarlett. And Sharon, that's you, shifting to monetize paid though. Okay. And great. So back to Denise. And so let's talk about, so you're going to do your class on Monday. It's going to be at noon. It's going to be every day at noon. And want Denise to move over here to StreamYard so she can do it through StreamYard and potentially pull students in like the way that we pulled in Jen and Sharon. And they'll be, if they're interested, and they can say like, look, here's my drawing, and get feedback, which I think would be great. And also there's a free version and it doesn't cost as much as Zoom. Especially for Zoom, if you want to go live on your Facebook page or anywhere else, you have to pay for the webinar plan, I believe, to get that feature. Even though they are offering some discounts now, this is just simpler. This is just simpler and easier. So when we're done here, Denise, you and I are going to go back in the back end, and we're going to set you all up for that for tomorrow. And those of you who haven't signed up for this unbelievable, phenomenal thing that has gone completely viral, literally viral in the time of the virus. Not funny. Okay. Dark humor. The link is right there. Mark says, let's see what Mark says. Mark has a lot to say. Sorry to block y'all out there in the bottom for a second. For tour guides, what about providing pre-trip videos and webinars to help them learn more ahead of time? I often wish I knew more about the history of a city and country before visiting so I could better understand all that I'm seeing. Highlight little quirky things like historical markers that wouldn't be obvious when just walking by. Make it a scavenger hunt type activity once they do arrive. Also, outdoor tours should still be safe as long as participants maintain plenty of personal space. That second part, I think, is hard if she had people, just because in a couple of weeks, like, they're not taking it so super seriously over there in London right now. I don't know if y'all have been watching the news, but they've kind of got their heads buried in the sand a little bit. But in 2 weeks, a week, that's when we're all supposed to spike. So I don't think there will be people involved in any tours, but but she can walk around outside. That is for sure. Like we can all, as far as I know, we could still all walk around outside and take tours from the outside. So you can't go on the inside, but that's pretty cool of you doing sort of maybe live stream tours of all the nooks and crannies, the graveyards, the things, the statues, the little quirky things that nobody knows. You could do one that's just based on like ghosts, or make them a theme the way that you already have stuff themed out. So I love those ideas, Mark. That's cool. Thank you so much for sharing that. Bridget, bakeries in London have pivoted to delivery rather than their cafe. Yes. And that we've got a lot of people delivering here as well. Restaurants that are just saying, okay, we'll deliver. And a local bakery is doing that. So
the hard part, Jen, with that is that then you have the problem of getting ingredients. Like there's not a flour bag to be found on the shelf because everybody's picked it over. And that is even true of the large like Restaurant Depot. There's not flour to be found.
Wow.
Okay, you can get other things, but it's going to be so hit and miss that anybody who's in food is going to have to do more types of pivoting other than just doing any type of home delivery and stuff like that, because you're not going to be able to offer the same dishes you might, like you said about Michael Simon. That's great that he's doing that over the next 10 days.
Right.
But the thing is he's like, okay, his kitchen stocked a little bit more. He has access to ingredients where the home kitchen may not have everything. I mean, I'm sitting here with 300 pounds of flour, okay, but that's not going to be, any of my customers. They're going to be needing supplies and they're not going to be able to get it. So the delivery for me right now is I will have enough to deliver for maybe 1 to 2 weeks. That would be it.
Lynette just says she just found out that today with the flour. Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's amazing how the domino effect is just, gives me a headache. But okay. And also, if you have any friends who don't know how to use video conferencing platforms like this, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this, on Zoom, on Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts is awesome and nobody ever uses it, but Google Hangouts is free to everybody who has Google's tools. But if you have G Suite, even the most basic account, which is, I think the cheapest G Suite is like $6 a month or something, and you get like a terabyte of storage. And G Suite just means you subscribe to Google, and it's not like you get new tools. You already have access to Google Hangout and Google Sheets and Google Docs and all these tools. But when you buy G Suite, you actually get a lot of cool benefits. And what they're going to do is what they're already doing through July, they're saying end of July, is that if you have G Suite, you can use Google Hangouts for up to 250 people in the room, sharing their screens. You can record, which is usually a paid feature. And and that's a huge feature, is being able to record and have 250 people in the room. So if you know teachers, and there's a lot of teachers and business people who need to start having these like online meetings, whoever, I'm going to be teaching Google Hangouts, Zoom webinar, StreamYard, and there's a couple others that I'm going to go over. And it's going to be, it's not going to be a thrill. It's not going to be super entertaining. It's going to be brass tacks. So bring your notebooks and your pens and just be ready for a pretty in-depth class. And I'll make a schedule. So like, if you don't want the first 3 tools I'm talking about, you can show up 30 minutes later or whatever. Plus it'll be recorded and you can, we'll timestamp it so you could zoom to the part that you want. Okay. I think that's it. Anybody have any questions or comments? Denise, you stay or you stick around?
I'll stick around. I want to say thank you so much. I think we just have to not panic, stay calm, and help one another and take it one day at a time and plan ahead as much as possible. But we just don't know what's to come. And, it's scary, but we got to stay together.
That's right. Those are great words to end on. Thank you so much. Bye, you guys.